It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings, and greetings. Welcome to another episode of the X and Y Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt, and I hope you're enjoying this new show coming from the Blog Talk Radio Network to Spreaker. And I must say, I'm enjoying my new home. It's a little different. They always say they want to hear the truth. They want to hear a different perspective from how guys really think. And then when they hear it, they don't want to hear it. I got a few emails and some feedback from some guys from my last episode about the dating. Guys saying that, hey, it's investment and, you put in the money now, later rewards, all that bullshit. But in reality, fair is fair. If two people are going to go out on a date, why can't the woman flip the bill at least some of the time? Why must the man be responsible for the full ride of the dating scene, the dating role, the dating activities? Men are always complaining that, they always complain, buying everything and always have to pay for everything, but, then, they don't speak up, or they don't want to be looked upon as being crazy or different, and they just go with the status quo. I pay for everything. Don't worry about it. I got it. Even though they don't want to. And I'm not saying that guys should never pay. Basically, my last show, I was saying that what's wrong with going Dutch? What's wrong with going Dutch the first few dates? What's wrong with her paying sometimes? That's all I was saying. Fair is fair. But, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and that's fine. I understand that. Basically, this show, is my opinion, but, basically, it's my opinion based off life experiences of the different places that I've been and lived in, and the different situations that I've been a part of. So, anyway, with that being said, hope you having a good week. It is now it's Tuesday night, not quite hump day, but we're getting there. tonight's episode is kind of, I guess, is kind of needed, especially in today's society. And when you first read the title, which is "Condoms Are Really Not Safe, So Why Are They Promoted Like They Are?" Again, the title of tonight's show, "Condoms Are Really Not That Safe, So Why Are They Promoted Like They Are?" Ever since when I was even in elementary school, well, maybe not that far, but definitely junior high, I would say 7th grade, my science teacher, Miss Rosenthal, I'll never forget that lady. She was very straightforward when talking about sex. It kind of made me blush a little bit. She didn't cut any corners. And for those of you who know me personally, you know who I'm talking about, Miss Rosenthal. She was a 7th grade science. Well, she was my science teacher in 7th grade. But very fine teacher, one of my favorites, actually. Very smart person, very smart woman, and really broke it down as to how sex is and what you have to do to protect yourself. Now, the reason why I brought up that, and I'm talking about the 7th grade, that was a long time ago, but I brought that up because ever since then, it was always, my generation anyway, was always taught, use a condom. A condom is, you got to use a condom. You got to be safe. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect others. And, use a condom. Don't be irresponsible. And, I have no problem with that. And I'm not trying to condone having sex or sexual activity without condoms. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to do that at all. However, what I'm saying is, I think that condoms are being used basically to make money by the condom industry. And everybody's on board, from school officials. Condoms are promoted in schools as being safe. I mean, some schools even have vending machines with condoms. My old high school didn't have that, but I don't know what they have now. That's been a long time ago. Who knows? They might have condom machines right in the school as well. But I know some schools do have that. Health officials promote condoms. You have to use condoms. Use condoms. Condoms. Some churches even stress the use of condoms. Even though, in my opinion, if they're really a true church, they should be against condoms and stressing abstinence. And that's what I believe that really should be promoted instead of the use of condoms. Now, don't get me wrong again. I'm not condoning, I'm not against the use, I'm not anti-condom. I'm not anti-condom. Some guys that I know are anti-condom. They don't fuck if they have to use a condom. I knew guys in the military, when I was in the military, college, all through my experiences, I knew guys that absolutely would not use a condom. And this wasn't because they're a bad person, it wasn't because they're trying to do anything malicious, but it's mainly because it feels better. It's a simple reason. It feels better. The pussy feels better without a condom. I mean, that's common knowledge. And I'll be honest with you. I've had some girl friends, girl associates in my past, and let me tell you something. in my opinion, they have been more willing to go without a condom than I was, because personally, I'm when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm scared. I'm a coward because I just don't want to catch some bullshit that could have been prevented. I don't want no mushrooms growing on my nuts. I don't want none of that stuff that's I'm gonna carry around for the rest of my life. I don't want that. So I'm scared when it comes to that. So when a girl or woman wants to give me some pussy and she don't want to use a condom, that's a flag for me, because who else she been fucking without a condom? Who else she been doing things without being protected? So that's a thing for me. But I bring that up because it's always like another thing in society. It's like the men are always the ones that are up for unprotected sex, and that's just not the case. I think, in my opinion, I don't know because I haven't done a survey and I'm not with everybody in the world when they start fucking. So there's no way to really know, but I'm gonna take my personal educated guess, a theory, as you might say. I believe most women are willing to go with unprotected sex than men are. Because women love the feel of a natural dick. They do. I mean, and when you give them a natural dick, they're not the same. I mean, they treat you different, and the relationship goes to another level. And anyway, I'm getting off the subject matter a little bit, but I brung that up because I just wanted to stress that men are not the only ones that are willing to go with being unprotected. Now, like I said, condoms are stressed. I mean, if you pick up any magazine, any pamphlet, any medical journal with STDs, HIV, pretty much anything that you pick up nowadays is stressing the use and importance of condoms. And again, I'm not anti-condom, but I think that is being driven to society in a false way. A lot of people out there, I mean, a vast majority, believe if they use a condom, then they're fully protected. And for those of you who are more educated, that's simply not the fact. That's not the case. Yes, a condom protects you from a lot of diseases, fewer infections, but it does not fully protect you during the sexual intercourse act. And I'll elaborate on that in a moment. Now, last year, I think it's a big business. I think if these condom companies stress the use of condoms, they'll make money. Use a condom, you'll be okay. And that's bullshit. And I think it's bullshit because, like I told you before, I'm a coward when it comes to that. I'm scared. I don't want any polyps or anything growing on my nuts. So, with that being said, I've been practicing abstinence. And not only because of that, because, I'm a Christian. I know, and, am I a saint? No, I'm not a saint. I am flawed in many ways. Nobody's perfect. I'm not a saint, but I do try. And I'm abstaining from sex because I don't want to fornicate. I don't want to have sex before marriage. Well, any more sex. You know. So, you know, I believe that, you know, that's the only way you can be safe. It shouldn't be stress, use a condom. I think abstinence should be stress. Don't have sex. I know a lot of you saying, what the hell? Don't have sex. And you know, coming from me, that's a huge leap. But, and I'm not talking about married folks. This excludes married individuals. I'm talking about people who are dating, single, you know, who are still on the scene, who are sexually active in today's disease-filled society. You're the ones who I'm talking to. All I'm saying is, condoms are safe. And if you're going to have sex, you should use a condom. But I think it's really sad when these condom companies and these health officials and these school systems, states, federal governments, I mean, whoever you want to say, you know, they're stressing the use of condoms like if you use a condom, then you're safe. Use a condom, nothing can touch you. And that's bullshit. Just because you use a condom does not exclude you from a lot of things. Now, before I get in those things, like I alluded earlier, Trojan, probably the largest condom maker in the world, or at least one of them, they made $450 million last year on condom sales. And this comes from Oliver Chang. He's part of the Forbes story group. If you want to look him up. But there's research that they made $450 million last year on condoms. That's a lot of money for rubbers. That's a lot of money. That's huge. And that's just Trojan. I mean, there's other companies. There's Durex. There's Ramsey's. I mean, there's other condom companies, but Trojan is one of the biggest. But that's just one. They made $450 million off of the sales of condoms last year. And I believe that's what it's about. It's about big business. You know, giving the people the illusion that if they use a condom, they are safe. And that's not the case. They're safer. You know, I'm not saying use of condoms are a bad thing. But I'm saying that the overall intentions of these companies that make the condom manufacturers, are not genuine. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there who believe if they use a condom, they're excluded from everything. They become Superman. And that's just not the case. And that's what I have a problem with. You know, tell it like it is. Say, you know, and some companies do say, you know, if it pops, you know, you are a chance of getting infected. Well, no shit. If it pops, no shit. Yeah, I'm going to get infected. But even if it don't pop, there's shit that you can catch even when you use a condom. Now, there are four major groups that you can catch something even if you use a condom. You call a 4-H club. They call them 4-H club because all of them start with H. Just in case you ain't figured it out. But the first one is, of course, the herpes simplex virus, abbreviated HSU. The herpes simplex virus. You can catch that even if you use a condom. The herpes simplex virus. Another one, the human papilloma virus, abbreviated with HPV. Another one, hepatitis B and C. And another one, of course, HIV. These are diseases that can cause pain, cancer, liver disease, and of course, AIDS. Now again, the condom significantly decreases your chances, but it's not foolproof. For example, herpes. Herpes can be present on, the penis shaft and your nutsack, or your scrotum, the scientific name, your scrotum or your nutsack. Now, this alone says, how many people have been infected with herpes believing that they were safe and utilizing a condom? How many people thought that, or maybe the person didn't know, because a lot of times, a man won't know that they have this particular disease, unlike a woman who gets the yearly checkups, the pap smears, and so forth. Basically, when they get the checks in the vagina, that can be noticed, by wart-like bumps in the vagina during their vagina exam. But men don't get pap smears. So only if a man notices the genital warts will he know that he's infected. If he doesn't see the warts or doesn't notice them, he won't know he's infected. Therefore, even with the condom, because a condom doesn't cover your nuts, not any of them that I know of, anyway. A condom doesn't cover your nuts, so your nuts are exposed. So if you got warts on your nuts that you don't know about, you can potentially spread the disease, herpes. Even though you use a condom. Now again, I'm not saying that using a condom is bad. No, I'm not saying that. Actually, using a condom is very good. All I'm saying is, I think is intentional lies from these condom companies, these schools, state agencies, and basically they're portraying a message like if you use a condom, everything's okay. And that's not the case. I think a message should be, first of all, I think it should be said, you should be abstinent. And I'm preaching what I preach, right? I'm living what I preach. I'm abstinent right now. I think that should be the message. Don't have sex. Now, I know that's unrealistic. A lot of you probably thinking I'm crazy just for saying it. But we're talking about life or death here. You think you really know someone and you don't. That could be the difference between life and death. So all I'm saying is, first, the message of abstinence should be preached. Then a message, if you have to use a condom, say, look, if you use a condom, it's still a chance you might get something, but it's better than nothing. That's what it should be. Not like use a condom and you're 95% protected and you won't catch anything, and if you use it properly you should be okay. It's not true. You can use everything okay and still get infected with something that might end your life or something that might considerably affect your life for the rest of your life. Now I'm going to take a little break, but when I come back, I'm going to talk about the other things that a condom has no protection against, which is oral sex. I'm going to really dive into that. I've known friends that would absolutely not have sex without a condom. They would cut their wrist before they have sex without a condom. Yet they eat pussy like it's going out of style. So when I come back, I'm going to dive into that a little bit. And again, stress the message of abstinence before the use of condoms. That's the true contraceptive. And I think that's what everyone should strive to live by. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break. I shall be back in about 4.5 minutes. You are listening to the X and Y Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. I shall return.
Welcome back to the X and Y Show. Hope you're enjoying tonight's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and Tumblr. Well, alright. Back to our real cute teddy bear of a host, Roosevelt.
And welcome back to the X and Y Show. This is your host, Roosevelt. And tonight's episode is talking about condoms are really not that safe. So why are they promoted like they are? In the first segment of the show, I was basically saying that condoms are falsely promoted in society. Like if you wear a condom, a raincoat, rubber, whatever you call it, everything's okay. And I'm not saying that the use of condoms are bad. No. The use of condoms are good if you're having sex. It's better than nothing. But it's not fully indestructible. And I think that's the way they should be promoted as. A lot of people out there believe if they use a condom, then they're okay. They shouldn't catch anything. Everything's hunky-dory. And that's not the case. There's other diseases that you can catch even with the use of condoms. Well, I told you about them earlier. Herpes, human papilloma virus, HPV, hepatitis B and C, and also AIDS, it's HIV as well. Now with HIV, it decreases the chances when you use a condom, but it's still a chance. It's like anything else. It's not indestructible when you use a condom. That's why I believe the message should be abstinence. I think it should be promoted as having no sex instead of use a condom, you'll be all right. That's just my idea. I think the world would be a lot safer. I think the world would be a lot cleaner as far as STDs would go. And probably a lot more sexually frustrated as well. But that's why you meet a nice woman and you get married, or a nice man, and you get married, and hopefully you'll take care of your needs. And I'm not saying that living a life of abstinence is easy, because it is definitely not. It's definitely not. But I'm safe. I feel a lot better than I would if I was dibble-dabbing and rolling dice in today's society. You hear the news, you hear what's going on. There's crazy people out there, and there's people that intentionally infect people. Now, before I went on a break, I said that I was going to talk about something that a condom could not protect against, besides the other diseases that I said, because a lot of times when a male has stuff, warts or something that they don't know about, have it on their balls or their nuts, their shaft, then they can potentially infect someone, even if they use a condom, because a condom doesn't protect or cover their nuts. Now, I've had friends in the past that will absolutely shoot you. They find it a great insult if you was to even talk about having sex without a condom. It's like blasphemy almost. having sex without a condom, are you crazy? That's irresponsible. Blah, blah, blah. What are you crazy? You want to die? You want to catch a disease? And that's good. That's good that they believe that. But they eat pussy. I had a friend that, I had to ask him. I said, you always talking about a condom, but you eat more pussy than you eat food. So what do you? I don't get it. And that's another thing. What I'm saying, the act of abstinence will prevent all of that. The act of abstinence means that you're not eating pussy. The act of abstinence means you're not fucking. You're not doing anything. Maybe a little kissing sometimes. But kissing can get you in trouble. Trust me, I know. But if you're practicing abstinence, you won't deal with that. Because there's no way a condom could protect you from oral sex. If you having vaginal sex or intercourse with your loved one, okay, you're more protected than if you're not using a condom. Yes, I agree. But as I've said before, you're not fully indestructible. You're not Superman. It doesn't make you totally protected just because you use a condom. But if you're eating pussy, what's the use of using a condom? If you sucking a dick, letting them nut all in your mouth, come all in your gums, what's the use of using a condom? That's what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of you people out there is like, oh no, I absolutely never do anything without using a condom. Oh my goodness, no. But you sucking his dick. And a lot of you saying, no, wait a minute now. I don't swallow. Well, okay. But it's such a thing as pre-cum. It's a thing called pre-cum. So you getting some nut in your mouth, okay? You might not be getting the full load, but you're getting some nut in your mouth. Or your ear, if you're dealing with me, but that was in the past. But what I'm saying is, what's the use of using a condom and you gonna eat pussy? Letting her come all on your mustache and your goatee and licking it all up and swallowing it and what? You serious? Oh, but I use a condom. I'm all right. That's bullshit. What's the use of using a condom if you sucking his dick, letting him nut all in your mouth, nut all in your gums? That's bullshit. You're not practicing safe sex. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the use of condoms are good. It's responsible. And it's better than being unprotected. It is. And you are irresponsible if you don't use a condom. But I'm also saying that if you practice the use of abstinence, it makes you more safe. That's all I'm saying. Because let's be honest, if you're having sex with someone, you're going to do other things besides straight vaginal sex if you're a man, or, if you're a woman, receiving straight dick sex from a man, if you're a woman. You're going to do other things. You're going to eat pussy. You're going to suck dick. Maybe lick a little ass, etc. So what's the use? Why even bring a condom? And I'm just playing the devil's advocate. I don't want you to think that I'm against condoms. No. I'm not against condoms, but I'm saying, what's the damn use using a condom if you're going to be licking ass, eating pussy, sucking dick? What's the use of using a condom? That's all I'm saying. And you really, in all reality, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite because you're really against having sex without a condom. Oh, I hate people like that. Oh, oh no. I mean, I had girls that, absolutely, no, we're not fucking without a condom. Not that I wanted to, but they would be, no, we're not fucking without a condom. You're crazy? No. We'll never do that. But I want you to nut him. Can you come in my mouth? What the fuck is that? What is that? You're not gonna give me the pussy without a condom, but you want me to nut in your mouth. That's bullshit. So that's all I'm saying. Condoms are as safe as we make them. I mean, even if you use a condom correctly, you're still not 100% safe. But if you use a condom correctly and you're doing other things, what's the use of using a condom? And a lot of people saying, yeah, you're right. That's why we don't use one. A lot of you out there saying that right now. We don't use a condom. We've been knowing each other for a couple of years now, and we trust each other, blah, blah, blah. Which is bullshit. Because you don't know what people are doing nowadays when they leave. Unless you living with them. Even if you living with them, you don't know what they're doing at all times unless you follow them damn 24 hours a day. So, anyway. Now, of course, when you're doing oral sex, you're putting yourself at risk from other types of diseases as well. Now, they say the transmission of HIV is really, 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 really low when it comes to oral sex. Now, I say to that, how in the fuck do they know? See, that's what I mean. You really can't trust, well, at least I don't. I don't trust the medical society on all their damn bullshit they putting out because they put it out. I mean, a lot of times they're tainted by these big companies, to basically say what they want them to say. And you can't trust what they're saying. How the fuck do they know if you eat pussy, the chances are very low that you'll catch HIV? How do they know that? And to be honest with you, that's not something that I'll be willing to put to the test. Anyway. Now, there's a lot of things you can catch from eating pussy. Or, or sucking a dick. Syphilis, there's herpes, there's gonorrhea, chlamydia. Now, as far as eating pussy, because, I'm a man, I'm talking from that perspective. The other way, I don't know. You got to research that on your own. But as far as eating pussy, they stress the use of, putting a latex over her pussy, or like a latex sheave or silicone, which a lot of people use. What's that stuff called? The stuff you freeze, saran wrap. A lot of individuals use saran wrap when they're eating pussy, and I guess from a woman's perspective, if she's sucking a dick, she can protect herself if he's wearing a condom. Wearing a condom, a good thing. Or if it's without a condom, him pulling out of her mouth and not ejaculating in her mouth, which I said before is a poor method because there's pre-cum and a little bit gonna get on the gums and stuff. So that's not a good way. But those are ways that they can be protected by that. But those ways are, come on now, who is gonna be every time before they? I know I'm not. I'd rather not do something than go do it half-ass. I'm not gonna be eating no pussy with no saran wrap or rubber gloves and shit over the pussy. What's the use of eating the pussy? You're not enjoying it. You're not enjoying the savor, the flavor of the pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you eat a steak. You go to a steak restaurant and you ask however way you get it, medium rare, whatever, the well done, however way you get it. And you ask them, I want you to cook a steak, but I don't want you to. That's a bad analogy, really. Yeah, that's a bad analogy. Well, I'll say it anyway. I don't want you to put season on it. I just want you to throw it on the grill and just give it to me. Now, you'll get when they bring it to you, it'll taste like meat, but it won't be a good steak because it won't be seasoned. And that's what you're doing when you put saran wrap or rubber gloves or some latex material over the pussy. When you eating the pussy, you taking the flavoring out. You taking the accent out. You taking the garlic powder out. See, I want to taste all of that. I want my seasoning. So I want to taste the pussy. So if I can't taste the pussy, the real pussy, the essence of the true pussy, then I don't want it. I don't want it. That's why I practice abstinence. It's easier. I'm not going to be getting no damn saran wrap or rubber gloves every time I want to eat pussy. I'm not going to be doing that. I know me. I'm not going to do that. And some of you bastards out there not doing that. Not going to get no saran wrap and rubber gloves or some kind of material to put over the pussy before you eat. You're not doing that. And ladies, you're not sucking a dick with a condom every time either. You're going with that bullshit. You're going with that bullshit. I know you're not. You're not sucking a dick with a condom every time. Now, I'm saying you letting them nut in your mouth, but there's pre-cum. So what I'm saying is there's individuals putting each other at risk. Catching syphilis, catching herpes, catching gonorrhea, catching chlamydia. Again, they could be using a condom. They can be using the condom religiously. But if they're doing other things besides using a condom, oral sex, eating a pussy, sucking a dick, what's the use of using a condom? That's all I'm saying. I think condoms, the message of condoms are a bad thing. And, this is something that I'm saying right now, I thought I would never say in my life. For me to be saying this, 20 years ago, I would have thought you was crazy. If you said I would be saying this at this very moment. The use of condoms are a terrible message. First of all, they're not indestructible. They're better than nothing. Yes, they are. And you are a responsible person if you use condoms when you're fucking or whatever you're doing. But they're not indestructible, and there's still a chance that you might get infected with a disease. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that the true message in this society that we live in today should be first abstinence. Don't have sex. And, just saying that gives me chills. It really does. And I say again, living an abstinence lifestyle is not easy. It's really not easy. But you know what? Getting off the subject matter just for a second. I don't like to tell women that I'm abstinent. Because I don't do this to be cool or try to get brownie points. None of that. I told you earlier that I'm a Christian. I try to live a Christian life. I'm trying not to fornicate. Well, not fornicate anymore. I'm not a saint, but I try to live right. So I'm not doing it for any hand claps or hoopla. I'm not doing it for that. But it seems like when women find out that I'm living that lifestyle, they really want to give me some pussy. I don't understand. I guess women are just like that. Something that they just want to change or something that they can't have. They want to just stir up. I don't know. Maybe some of you women can email me and let me know. When women find out that I'm abstinent and they really try to give me pussy. And I got to do things to stay out of situations to prevent me from slipping. But anyway, I just got off the point a little bit. Again, I think in today's society that the true message should be abstinence, not condoms. Condoms are really not that safe when you think about it. Yeah, they're better than nothing. They are. They are better than nothing, but they're not safe. Especially if you're doing other things. If you're doing oral sex. If you're doing anal sex. That's another thing. Actually, I'm going to elaborate on, I'm going to dive a little bit more into anal sex. I'm going to take a quick break first. But, again, before I take a break, I'm going to say that the message of today's society with all this going on, with all these diseases that can kill you, all these different type of diseases that are showing up, I think the message should change. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be use a condom. That shouldn't be the number one message in our society. It should be practice abstinence. That's the only true way. That's the only way that you can be 100% safe. That's the only way. Not condoms. But of course, if you listen to the big time condom companies, they don't want to practice in abstinence. They want you to buy their condoms, and buy our condoms, you're safe. You're protected. That's bullshit. They got the school systems and the federal government, state governments onto that bullshit as well. Use a condom. You be all right. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to elaborate on the dangers of anal sex, even with using a condom, how it's not safe. Blew my mind. You listening to the X and Y show. I am Roosevelt, your host. And I'll be back in about 4.5.
Welcome back to the X and Y Show. Hope you're enjoying tonight's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and Tumblr. Well, alright. Back to our real cute teddy bear of a host, Roosevelt.
And welcome back to the X and Y Show. Tonight we are talking about condoms are really not that safe. So why are they promoted like they are? And I've been trying to elucidate my position on condoms. I'm not saying that condoms are a bad thing. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that condoms are bad. All I'm saying is I think the message of condoms are wrong. I don't think condoms should be our first alternative. I think abstinence should be a first alternative, a first choice. Because that's the only way you're going to be truly protected, And I'm not, I'm being abstinent because of my religious beliefs. I'm Christian, and I don't want to fornicate anymore. I have to stress that. But I'm not trying to say that, for everybody else. I'm just saying that I'm speaking from strictly a safe point of view. Being absolutely 100% safe from catching any types of diseases if you are abstinent. I think that should be the true message of our society. Not use a condom, you'll be okay. Especially when most of you who use a condom, you eating pussy, you sucking dick, When you eat pussy, you let it come all in your mouth, let it come all on your mustache, your beard, your goatee. Let it skeet all in your eye. When you sucking dick, you let them come all in your mouth, your gums, your tonsils. But you use a condom, you all right. If that ain't no bullshit, I don't know what is. Now, this last segment, I'm talking about anal sex. It'll be very short, but I just wanted to talk about it because, let's be honest, a lot of individuals today are participating in anal sex. Now, anal sex has never been my thing, and still isn't. I don't think it ever will be. It's just something that I never was even curious about, really. That's something that I've never been curious about. Anal sex, I just don't do it for me. I've had girls that tried to get me to do it and beg me to do it. But it's just not me, And it never will be me. Shit, I know. To each his own. I'm not saying that if you do that kind of thing that you're a bad person. Everybody has different needs. Everybody have different ways of achieving those needs. So, or satisfying those needs. That's just not my way. But society in general, it is. But now I just wanted to say, even with the use of condoms, if you're using condoms on while you're having anal sex, now this is from a site that I got the information from. Basically, they said that the anus, your ass, for those of you who fail biology, basically have a lot of sensitive tissues, and if it's not lubricated properly, obviously the tissues could be torn, and could be bleeding, and the disease can go straight into the blood system. Especially if you're using a condom and it's not lubricated properly, and the condom breaks, and there could be different sores and warts inside the anus walls and so forth. and you're infected. And that's just from intercourse. That also can happen if you're licking ass. I know some of you out there do that. You participate in that. So again, what I'm saying is, if you are doing other things, using a condom is not, why use it if you're going to be doing other things that are going to put your life or your health at risk? Some of you are saying that, I never do anything without a condom. Never mess with a guy without a condom. Never mess with a girl without a condom. No. But you eat pussy. You suck dick. You lick ass. So whatever you might do. But you're doing other things that can put your life in danger, at risk, catching other diseases. And even if you use a condom, some of the times, most of diseases, like I said, stressed earlier, with herpes and so forth, the guy could have an infection on his nuts, and he don't know it, and he infects his partner. Because the condom can't cover your nuts. So all I'm saying is, I think that society has the wrong message. And I know a lot of you saying, you crazy, man. I ain't going to stop getting pussy. I know a lot of you guys say, man, you crazy. I'm going to give you some pussy right now. A lot of you probably fucking when you listening to me. I hope you not doing that. That's kind of weird. But a lot of you women out there saying, no, I got to get my freak on. I got to do my thing. And I know it's unrealistic to believe that society all of a sudden is going to go abstinent. That's crazy. I know better than that. It's not going to happen. Not in a million years. And actually, unfortunately, even with the threat of all of the diseases, herpes, syphilis, hepatitis, HIV, unprotected sex is on the uprise. Like it's the 60s or something when they just fucking. I read a few weeks ago on Michael Basin's site that they have these sex parties. It's like a sex orgy, basically, where, I don't know, it's a group of people, like 5 guys, 5 women, whatever the case may be. One of the people are infected with HIV. So you're like doing HIV roulette. You don't know who has it, but you fucking everybody, or you might fuck as many as you can, but you don't know who has it. That's what's going on in today's world, today's society. That type of irresponsible behavior, and you don't know what people have done or what they're doing before you've gone with them. I'm not saying that everybody wasn't an angel before they got with you. So, even if, you both get tested and so forth, I think the best way to go would be abstinence. Not condoms. Abstinence should be the number one message. I really believe that. I'm serious. And if those of you who know me, by me just saying this, and I've told a few of my friends about this, that I was going to live this type of lifestyle, and, for my religious beliefs, but also because I'm scared. I can't be out there fucking all of this tainted pussy. Because when I get tell you something. When I get pussy, I get butty. I get the mutty. You know what I'm saying? I dive in. I love my taste of pussy. Especially when it's hairy and all that. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. But I don't want to be held back and have to be putting latex over my pussy before I lick it. Putting a rubber glove over my pussy before I lick it. I just rather not have it. You know, and I feel a lot better that I practice an abstinent lifestyle. That's the only way that I can be 100% safe. There's too much going on out there. It's not like 1960, 1965, 1970. You can catch something, go to the doctor and get a penicillin shot and you're all right. Those days are gone. So I think as a society, we should be fully responsible. And by that, I think the first message should be abstinence. Don't have sex. I know a lot of you thinking I'm crazy and say, what? What is this guy talking about? That's sexual frustration, dude. Yeah. I'm not talking about. Well, yes, I am. I'm talking about having no sex. I mean, think about it. I mean, would you rather have sex, take the chance of catching something that you have to live with the rest of your life, or you can even potentially die from, or just being patient, just doing other things besides having sex and ultimately living? That's an easy choice for me. I don't know about you. It's a very easy choice for me. So I say again, condoms are really not that safe. So why are they being promoted like they are? From the condom manufacturers, from the schools, from the federal government, from the state government, churches. Some churches ought to be ashamed of themselves, stressing the use of condoms instead of the true way of being protected, which is abstinence. Because even using a condom a lot of times still not going to protect you from being infected with something. And even if you use a condom correctly and everything hunky-dory, what about when you eat pussy? What about when you suck a dick? What about when you lick an ass? Condom gonna protect you then? No. But if you're abstinence, practice a life of abstaining from sex, that's the only true way you'll be protected. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Condoms are really not that safe, so while they promote it like they are, this is the X and Y Show, a new show on the Spreaker Network, and my shows are on every Tuesdays and Fridays. Actually, Friday's episode will be Valentine's Day. Is it a day of love or a day for damn fools? Can't wait to dive into that episode. But, I hope you're enjoying these episodes and these shows that I'm putting out there. And feel free to contact me. Send me an email. Give me constructive criticisms, or something you would like to talk about, something you disagree, something you agree. Whatever the case may be, just talk to me. I read all of the emails that I receive. So, feel free. Speak to me. I'm here for you. That's what the X and Y show is about. People in relationships who can talk about certain subjects that they couldn't talk about nowhere else. Anyway, I will say good night to you all. And I want to say goodbye and give a shout out to all the gynecologists out there. Not just kidding. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you Friday. Again, stay up, stay safe, and stay clean. You have been listening to the X and Y show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. I will see you Friday.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.